Good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Bekund Kumar Naik. Along with me, Inderpal Singh, Lokesh Kante, Shravan Kumar Misra, and Sakar Prasad. Today, we are going to present gamification and how it plays an important role to retain user inside the game, and how the companies are using gamification as a tool to retain the user and to engage the user inside the game and provide an exciting experience to the user so that user can able to spend more amount of time inside the game. That's what throughout the deck we are going to present, and we are going to give you the brief details during the presentations. So during the gamification we are going to cover it up how AR and VR plays an important role, and how AR plays a significant role to provide a layer of reality between the virtual environment. It looks like a real environment is there in the virtual environment, so user can able to experience the virtual world along with the real world kind of things during the gamification and during the gameplay. Similarly, VR also plays an important role in the gamification. It provides a virtual world where user can able to give a thrilling experience in the virtual world. Along with the augmented reality, a real kind of layer will be there where user can able to get the exciting experience about the virtual reality, at the same time real kind of experience. So let's talk about what is gamification. So gamification is the process of applying game design elements and principles in non-gaming environments. For example, you are playing the game, but the complete environment is like the experience you are getting the non-gaming context. So the primary goal for the gamification is to increase the user engagement, motivation, competition, and it allows user to participate more inside the game. Its main advantage point is that they are providing different kind of points, badges, leaderboards, etc. while playing the game, so that user will be engaged. User are going to get the exciting experience. At the same time, user will enjoy the game and engage with the game, and it will going to improve the learning as well as the user retention, and they can able to study the behavior of the user inside the game. That's all about the gamification that we are going to cover throughout the deck presentations. Let's talk about what is AR and what is VR, and how its role about the AR and VR in the gamification that we'll discuss. The role of AR is played a significant role in the gamification. So what is exactly AR? So AR is augmented reality. So what is augmented reality? So how it plays an important role in the gamification? So the augmented reality is a digital elements, a digital layer kind of things, where it provides a real kind of environment. During the gameplay, it allows users to interact with the gamified content while still being aware of their real environment. For example, AR can enable treasure hunts in real world locations, or it personalizes workout routines onto a user's living space, making gamified tasks more dynamic and contextually relevant. It's all about its AR. It provides a real kind of environment in the virtual world where it is going to provide a thrilling experience, exciting experience while the gameplay. That's all about the AR, and it plays an important role during the gameplay, and company uses this kind of technique for the gamifications so that user will be engaged inside the game. And what about the virtual reality? So virtual reality is a fully immersed users computer generated environments, transporting them to entirely a new world, exciting world where they can able to interact with virtual objects and scenarios. The virtual world kind of things, it provides the entertainment, offering a deeper immersions and engagements. For example, VR can be used for gamified learning simulations where users explore historical events or practice skills in safe, controlled environment. So together, AR and VR creates an exciting experience for the users. So talk about what is the role of AR and VR in gamification. It increases engagement and motivate the user through immersive and life-like experience that make a task feel more like games. They will feel about that we are playing in such an environment which gives a thrilling experience. They will engage with the game. They will spend more amount of time inside the game. That will be the USP for the gaming organizations. And that is the thrilling experience to read their emotions, to read their inputs, they read their feedbacks so that they can able to increase the gamification experience, increase the gaming experience. So most of the time the user can be engaged with the game itself. Apart from this, it can enhance the learning and retention rate by allowing users to actively participate in interacting simulation rather than passively consuming informations. Let's talk about real-time feedback. By using AR and VR, we can provide the real-time feedback while they are playing, and if they are facing any challenges, they are having any issues with the personalized contents, so we can able to get those feedback so that we can able to improve the performance of the games. Similarly, it will encourage the users to actively participate in multiplayer with the multiplayer so that they can able to feel that it's a real kind of environment they are playing. Let's talk about the footballs. Let's talk about the cricket. If they would like to feel about that we are playing, we are involving, then that thrilling experience creates lots of value to the game and they can able to spend more amount of time. And I can say you, I worked in one of the gaming organizations where that game is called Tin Patti. So in that game also we are providing the real kind of experience using VR. We are providing that you are really playing with the peoples by giving the voice, by giving the environment, so that your involvement will be more. So you will able to realize that we are actually playing with the peoples near around you. That kind of experience we are providing in the game itself. Apart from this, AR and VR it increases the gamification experience by giving different kinds of bonus like reward systems, by providing the reward system, or by providing any badges, by providing leaderboards. So many things we can able to use for these things. So let's talk about the outline about this, how exactly we are covering throughout the game. Let's talk about what are the outlines we are covering at this moment. We'll cover about different kinds of games, how the games are, the three games that one is PlayStation VR 2, one is MetaQuest series, one is HTC Vive. So let's talk about one by one game. One is PlayStation VR 2, Sony. So the Sony is one of the PlayStations that we can able to use it, and we can able to give you a brief detail about the game about Sony, PlayStation's VR 2, and MetaQuest series and HTC Vive. We've taken these three cases for our study or analysis how AR and VR plays an important role that will explain throughout the way. So look at about this outline. This is introduction about we are going to cover. We already covered AR and VR in gaming, and we are going to cover the gaming consoles and different gaming consoles and platforms. And we are going to cover how AR and VR enhances the gameplay and gamifications, advantages about AR and VR and gamification, user experience, revenue impact, psychological benefits, and challenges and considerations, and future trends. And at last, we are going to cover you the conclusion ones. So let's talk about different kinds of this introduction about that we already covered. So we need to repeat again these things. So let's move towards different kinds of games. One is PlayStation VR 2. You can see about this. The PlayStation VR 2 is one of the games of the Sony where they leveraged extensively AR and VR with providing the users to immersive experience with high quality hardwares. The PlayStation VR 2 has begun a major driver for VR gaming experience, where they are generating the revenue more than $32.49 billion in 2024. Let's talk about MetaQuest series. MetaQuest series is including the Quest 3. It dominates the consumer VR headset market, responsible for 2/3 of XR headset shipments. It's talk about how the MetaQuest that they are using the headset. They're providing such kinds of immersive experience so that user can be engaged with the game itself, and the retention rate of the users will be more inside the MetaQuest series. They are also generating, by 2024 they are generating $72.8 billion. Let's talk about HTC Vive. They are providing different player and high VR gaming with significant contributions towards the VR gaming market. So let's talk about how the AR VR game, about the platform specific contents, how the AR VR and gamifications plays important roles towards the gameplay, and how the user will be engaged with the game. So let's talk about the PlayStation VR 2. Its technology wise, they are using cutting edge technology, like the screen, they are using 4K HDR OLED screens. The tracking is eye tracking, and they are using 3D audio and haptic feedback system they are using to collect the data and emotional engagements they are going to use with the users. Similarly, technology wise, MetaQuest, they are using different kind of AR and VR stuff for the gamification purpose, and they are using the MetaQuest are using the hand movement trackings, whereas the PlayStation are using eye trackings. And back to technology wise, the HTC Vive, they are using high precision room scale VR with external base stations. Alright, so here exactly different user perceptions also we can able to compare, like user praises PSVR 2, how the visual immersion was there and user retention was more, so that when user is playing with PlayStation VR 2 as compared to MetaQuest, I can able to say that the user experience towards the VR 2 is much more than MetaQuest series. This is eye tracking movements is much more comfortable than hand tracking movements. So talking about the user perception towards the HTC Vive, the professionals, they are using tracking system as well. They are using supporting intense and large and longer kind of VR sessions, so that user can able to enjoy with the game itself. Let's talk about the gamification impacts. VR 2 provides haptic systems and haptic experience, gamification experience, whereas the MetaQuest, they are using AR VR gaming exercises and different kinds of virtual environment they are creating, so that user will give a thrilling experience. Whereas in HTC Vive, they are using different special cognitive capabilities, so that user can able to engage themselves throughout the gameplay itself. So overall, I can able to say that AR and VR technologies enhance the gamification irrespective of it's a platform VR to Sony, or it's a MetaQuest or HTC Vive. In all the environments, the technologies enable the user to interact naturally with virtual and real worlds, making gamifying tasks more motivating, fun-oriented, and effective. These kind of integrations provides AR VR a wing with AI to further personalize, and user will be adapting towards the games, and their experience will be more. They will be completely addicted with the game, and they are driving high user engagements, better learning outcomes, and richer gameplays. Now we are going to move the next slide. So how exactly the key technologies that drives, we'll compare about the technologies, tracking systems. You can able to see about that we are comparing with three things: PlayStation VR 2, MetaQuest series, and HTC Vive. Tracking system, one uses eye tracking, second one uses hand tracking, and HTC Vive uses 6 DOF tracking systems. And back to controllers, and PlayStation uses sense controller with haptic adaptive triggers, and MetaQuest uses wireless controllers and hand tracking systems, and HTC Vive uses wireless controllers, precise inputs. And you can see what visuals that plays important role while the user plays with the game. PlayStation VR 2, they are using HDR OLED screens, and in case of MetaQuest, they are using LCD, 90 Hz plus refresh rates are there, and HTC Vive, they are using high resolution LCD and OLED screens. They are talking about the mobility. Tethered PS5 defined play areas for safety features, and spatial audio they are using for MetaQuest series, and spatial audio they are using for HTC Vive as well. Mobility point of view, they are using tethered to PS5, the safety area they are providing, and back to MetaQuest, they are providing fully wireless system or standalone systems along with hand tracking And in case of HTC Vive, they are using PC tethered room scales. And back to gamification and strengths, they are the emotional immersions, tactile feedback in case of PlayStation VR 2, and accessibilities. Back to your MetaQuest series, they are using different kinds of social and fitness gamifications. And here precisions are more in case of HTC Vive cases. So different gaming examples I can able to give in PlayStation VR 2. They are using Horizon, Call the Mountain, Resident Evil Village, etc. And they are using in case of MetaQuest, they are using the more famous like Beat Saber, Supernatural, and Rec Rooms. In case of HTC Vive, they are using Half-Life Alyx and the Lab. Back to next slide. So how exactly? Then we'll go ahead with how exactly key technologies used in the PlayStation VR 2. Let's move ahead with the next slide. We have seen that different kinds of comparison between different sets. Let's talk about the advantage of the AR and VR in gamification and gameplay. So what are the different advantages that we'll go ahead and write a moment. So MetaQuest and PlayStation and HTC Vive, they are more prominent towards the AR and VR uses. And let's talk about the advanced visual features they are using in case of your PlayStation VR 2 had already been discussed. And they are using eye tracking systems, haptic feedbacks are using, and comfort and accessibility, adjustable IPD they are using, so that lightweight designs and intuitive setups are there, so the user can able to engage themselves very quickly. And they are using seamless integrations with PS5. Safety features they are using, so that the play area they are providing, that will be very easy. They can play safely. The MetaQuest series, they are using wireless kind of things. Their hand tracking system they are using, inside out tracking system they are using with hand trackings. Large and diverse gameplay libraries are there, that you are going to get supernatural kind of games, beats, average, all things are there. There are lots of games are there in the game library itself. In case of Meta, you can able to enjoy with AR VR experience. And you know that Meta is one of the market leaders. They are generating more amount of revenues, and though PlayStation VR 2 they are market leader, but Meta is also not less than that. They are generating more amount of revenues, and based on their wireless kind of technologies, they are generating more amount of revenues, and user experience also good in case of Meta. In case of HTC Vive, there also uses external base stations to play with highly accurate 6 DoF trackings, enable detailed physical interactions, and special navigations they are using for this. Customized setups, they are using flexible hardware setups are there. The user can able to use it, and they can able to play it. High fidelity PC and VR experience, they are going to use it. They are using, and the user is getting lots of VR experience in case of your gameplay itself. Now I will hand over to my co-partners. They will move forward from there itself. Thank you so much.
On this slide, we look at core advantages of three leading AR/VR platforms: MetaQuest series, HTC Vive, and PlayStation VR 2, and how each elevates gamification and gameplay. The first one, which is a MetaQuest series, is the is fully wireless, standalone design, gives players total freedom of movement, no cables or PCs holding you back, making it perfect for fitness and social games that rely on natural, full body interaction. Inside out tracking combined with hand tracking means your hands become the controllers. Simple pinch, grab, and swipe features feel intuitive and eliminate bulky peripherals. The Quest library spans everything from supernatural workouts to Beat Saber rhythm challenges and community hubs like Rec Room, fostering engagement and social connection. And with Meta Reality Labs posting over 2.1 billion in AR/VR revenue in 2024, it's clear users are embracing these gamified experiences on a massive scale. Next, the HTC Vive excels in precise room scale tracking via external base stations, delivering sub-millimeter accuracy for detailed physical gameplay and spatial navigation. Its modular hardware lets you expand your play area or plug in advanced peripherals, ideal for complex simulations or multiplayer escape rooms. And because it's PC powered, the Vive can run graphically intensive, story driven titles like Half-Life, Alyx, where every physical action, ducking, reloading, swinging, deepens immersion and gamified challenge. And finally, PlayStation VR 2 brings console grade polish to VR. Dual 4K HDR OLED displays at up to 120 Hz, delivering stunningly crisp, fluid visuals that heighten realism in games, built-in eye tracking, and forwarded rendering high resolution detail exactly where you're looking, which means boosting performance without sacrificing quality, and even enable gaze-based controls for menus and aiming. The Sense controllers and subtle headset vibrations add rich haptic feedback, making every punch, pulse, or recoil feel tangible. Comfort isn't overlooked either. Adjustable interpupillary distance, a lightweight form factor, and a simple setup make long sessions more accessible. Seamlessly paired with PS5 hardware, you get exclusive VR enhanced titles like Gran Turismo 7 and Resident Evil Village. Plus, the high refresh pass through camera lets you peek at your real surroundings in an instant, so you never lose your bearings. In summary, each platform brings unique strengths to AR and VR gamification and gameplay. The Meta Quest freedom and accessibility, the Vive's precision and expandability, and the PSVR 2's visual fidelity and console integration. Together, they're pushing the boundaries of engagement, immersion, and social connection, opening up new possibilities for fitness, storytelling, competition, and community in virtual worlds.
Acute psychological and physiological benefits of exercising with virtual reality. Let's begin by examining how virtual reality is transforming the physical workout experience, both psychologically and physiologically. At the core of this transformation is the idea of presence. Whether through full immersion using VR or a seamless overlay using AR, users feel as if they are physically inside a digital environment. This blending of real and virtual worlds significantly enhances emotional and cognitive engagement because what feels real becomes meaningful. An important enabler here is experience centric design. By incorporating game mechanics like points, rewards, challenges, and continuous feedback, VR shifts the user's mindset from focusing on physical effort to celebrating achievement. The physical workout becomes less about endurance and more about progress, making users more motivated to push themselves. The interaction layer also plays a critical role. With natural motion tracking like head and hand movements, user influence the virtual world directly. This sense of control over outcomes deepens involvement and makes the workout feel purposeful and immersive. Additionally, these systems acts as a mental buffer. Engaging virtual environments draw attention away from discomfort or fatigue, improving the perceived experience. When focus shifts from how hard a workout feels to how engaging it is, users are more likely to continue and even enjoy the process. Finally, VR supports real-time feedback loops. As users move and respond within the environment, the system offers instant feedback, helping refine both motor and cognitive skills. This ongoing feedback promotes skill development and reinforces consistency, which are essential in any sustainable fitness routine. Together, these features are not just enhancing physical workouts, they are fundamentally reshaping how people perceive and commit to their personal wellness journeys. Let's talk about challenges and considerations. Of course, with any emerging technology, it is essential to examine the broader challenges that impact adoption and scalability. First is cost. High-end VR and AR devices remain expensive, making them inaccessible to a large portion of the population. Without affordability, physical workout solutions built on immersive platforms risk remaining niche. There's also a content gap. A shortage of localized, diverse, and high quality content limits relevance across cultures and use cases. For physical workout experiences to resonate widely, content must reflect users' languages, preferences, and fitness goals. User health concerns are also valid. Prolonged use of headsets can lead to motion sickness, eye strain, and fatigue. These challenges underscore the need for user centric design that balances innovation with physical comfort. Another major issue is data privacy and security. These platforms often collect sensitive biometric and spatial data. Without robust security frameworks and ethical data policies, there's a risk of eroding user trust, especially when health and wellness are involved. On the infrastructure side, many areas lack consistent access to 5G or high speed internet. These limitations hinder real time performance and make immersive physical workout experiences less reliable or accessible. Interoperability is another constraint. Without standardized platforms or cross device compatibility, the user experience becomes fragmented. This also complicates development and limits the scale of implementation. Lastly, cloud based simultaneous gameplay, especially for group workout scenarios, remains technically challenging. Latency, backend synchronization, and server load issues still impact the delivery of smooth, shared VR or AR experiences. To address these challenges, a holistic and systems oriented approach is critical. We need solutions that not only deliver innovation but also ensure accessibility, inclusivity, and long term user trust so that immersive physical workout platforms can achieve their full potential in promoting health and well being.
So let's talk about something that really defines the success of AR and VR platform, that is user experience. Because no matter how powerful the hardware is, if the experience isn't smooth, immersive, and enjoyable, users simply won't stick with it. Right now, platforms like Oculus, PlayStation, VR2, and HTC Vive are leading the way in delivering deeply immersive environments. Whether you are slicing beats in Beat Saber, exploring alien worlds in Half Life, Alex, or just hanging out with friends in Rec Room, the realism and responsiveness are just next level. What's also impressive is how much easier these systems are to use. Take the MetaQuest for example, no wires, no external sensors, just put it on and you are in. The intuitive controls and quick setup means that even first time users can dive in with little to no learning curve. We are also seeing a big shift towards cross platform integration. Things like cloud syncing, voice commands, and hand tracking are turning these experiences into something much more connected and seamless. It's not just about playing a game anymore, it's about interacting naturally in digital space. Comfort is another area where there has been a huge progress. Headsets are becoming lighter, more ergonomic, and inclusive, with adjustable lenses and design choices that accommodate a wider range of users. These improvements make a big difference, especially for the longer sessions. And when you look at what users are actually saying, titles like Beat Saber, Half Life, Alex, and Rec Rooms are consistently being praised for their smooth controls, realistic visuals, and overall experiences. These apps have become benchmarks for what great AR and VR feels and looks like. Now, let's zoom out for a moment and look at where the AR and VR market as a whole is headed because the numbers are pretty staggering. In 2024, the global AR and VR market was valued at $59.76 billion. By the 2030, it's expected to reach over 200 billion, that's more than triple in just 6 years. The compound annual growth rate or CAGR is projected at 22%, which is incredibly fast for a tech sector. So, what's basically fueling this growth? It's not just gamers, I would say, driving the demand. AR and VR being embraced across healthcare, education, retail, real estate, manufacturing, you name it, and you will be seeing it. These industries are using immersive tech for training, virtual collaboration, product design, and customer engagement. At the same time, technology is rapidly advancing. We are getting sharper displays, better optics, faster chips, and more reliable wireless performance. These upgrades are making headset more powerful and more affordable, which means more people and businesses can get on board. And let's not forget the big players, the companies like the Meta, Apple, Microsoft, and Sony are investing in billions and billions into the future of immersive tech. Their momentum is pushing innovation faster than ever and expanding the ecosystem for both developers and users. So, in short, AR and VR are no longer niche. They are quickly becoming essential tools across industries, and the projected growth reflects how fast the world is catching on. So, this wraps up my part of the presentation. Thanks so much for listening, and now I will hand it over to my colleague who will take it forward from here. Thank you.
So, I'll be talking about the future trends in AR, VR, gamification, and gaming. Some key notable aspects from the industry. If I talk about, let's start with our first one. What we are witnessing in the industry is a major shift in gaming and gamification driven by AR and VR. This technology is merging our digital and physical worlds, creating experiences that are truly next level. Let's look at the key trends that are shaping our future. First, that we have to recognize as the hyper realistic emotions. These are the advancements in haptics, letting you feel the textures, precise motion captures, translating your movements, and smarter AI characters are creating incredibly believable virtual worlds that pull players right in. What does that mean? With AR and VR, we are able to feel the gaming world as a physical world, and we that means we can touch, we can feel just like we do in the physical world. Next, platform boundaries are disappearing. So what is happening is seamless cross-platform play is becoming the standard. Soon, you'll be able to jump between VR headsets, consoles, and mobile devices within one connected gaming ecosystem, making high quality gaming accessible to more people. This accessibility is further boosted by cloud gaming and edge computing. Forget needing expensive hardware, powerful AR VR experiences will be streamed directly to a lighter, much more agile device, opening up immersive gaming to a much wider audience. If I have to present an example on this, if you know about Steam, Steam is a gaming platform that can be streamed from your mobile device, from your PC, from your gaming device, consoles, etc., giving you the same experience across all platform devices. Next thing, AI and machine learning are revolutionizing game design. Imagine games that adapt to you with a dynamic narrative and personalized challenges based on your actions. AI enables deeper, more unique gameplay experiences that learn and evolve in real time. The social dimension is exploding, particularly with the metaverse concept. VR and AR are becoming vibrant social hubs for connecting with friends, collaborating in shared worlds, and building communities. Multiplayer and social interaction will be centered to future gaming. Augmented reality is also turning the real world into a game board. Expect more location based games using GPS and AR overlays, integrating digital content and gameplay directly into your physical surroundings far beyond current examples. Finally, blockchains and NFT introduce true digital ownership. Players might soon truly own their in game items and as verifiable assets, enabling trading and selling and potentially new play to earn models, adding a real economic layer. In short, AR and VR are fundamentally reshaping gaming with deep emotion and interactive storytelling, blending real world, real and virtual worlds while challenging like infrastructure privacy and content quality remain. The rapid growth and innovation are undeniable. The future clearly points towards seamless cross platform integration, AI driven personalization, and rich social ecosystem powered by the cloud. It's a truly transformative time for interactive entertainment. This is our presentation on AR VR and how the industry is moving forward in the future, and what are the new cool trends that we have to look out for. Thank you. Thank you for your time.